Ladies and gentlemen, here we are with my two bestest friends in the whole wide world, Brad, aka Chofly Elite, aka Chosen, and we also have my other best friend in the world, the number one name himself, Kire Bubble. How are you two doing? Starting with Brad. Brad, how are you doing, man in the middle?
What's going on? How you doing? Good to hang out with you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming. We were up late and we were all just sitting there thinking that we really wanted to just all sit down, the three of us as, you know, the three amigo best friends, and just have this conversation of this topic that we've been talking about pretty much every waking moment of our lives when we're not on camera. And we figured we'd have the actual conversation on camera for the first time, which is, of course, the topic of all these new characters. There's 5 characters in particular that we all agree are the most exciting 5 new characters that have happened in the last year. Completely unanimous. And by that, I mean they have no idea who I'm about to list. So number 1 for me is going to be, what do you guys think about Nekrit the Great?
Yeah, he's awesome. I don't have him. I haven't gotten to test him extensively, but yeah, he's popping up everywhere. He's definitely an amazing champ. And the cool thing I like that they did about Nekrit is he only takes 6 books, I believe, which is a massive step in the right direction from some of these new champions like Pixie only take 18. So
that's true. Actually, you're right. It does only take 6. I mean, he takes as many books as he has abilities.
Yeah. So they got that one. They got that part right at least.
When seeing all these abilities, you would think he would take a ton of books, but you know they're gonna just make sure that all the people that are under fusions are gonna take all the books.
No, he's kind of nuts. Like, I've been joking that he's the one character I want, because people, you know how people always ask you, like, if you could have any legendary you want, who would it be? And, you know, this is the guy I always answered just because I thought he looked really cool. But I didn't realize he's also, like, actually nuts, too. And the book point is a pretty good point. Plus, he has the ally attack, which is, like, always kind of one of my favorite things to charge in. So he's probably the number 1. Out of all the new characters, he'd probably be the number 1. But there's another one that, you know, it's actually in the Undead also. But I want to talk about Little Miss Annie. Am I mistaken in thinking that she doesn't really get... Maybe it's because she's a void legendary, so people don't have her much, but I don't feel like I see her talked about or used or really much at all. Am I wrong? Is she used in Platinum or anything about that? Because she looks cool, but I just really haven't seen her, I don't know, get much use.
It's tough. It's probably tough to use damage dealers that don't bring something to the, like block revive or something. Like that's why Rhodos was so used, because of the block revive. And then like Trunda is the hardest hitting DPS. So if you're not gonna block revive, a lot of them would just use Trunda, I guess. But yeah, I don't have her either. So
yeah, I
think a combination of she's super rare and she doesn't bring something new to the table. So it's what's the point?
I didn't realize how good the art is, though, right?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and the mannerisms, how she moves is really creepy.
I think they nailed it. Like especially these couple characters, like a lot of the ones they've been releasing are not these reskins, so they actually really good looking characters.
Yeah, I didn't realize looking at her that Little Miss Annie is actually like a articulated doll, you know? Like a sculpture almost.
Version, Oriana.
Exactly, like an Oriana. That's exactly what I was thinking. So she's the other one that I kind of wanted to ask you guys about here. Okay, so after some much deliberation, we finally figured out that the third legendary, and the one I was trying to find, was Golem Sky High, because I knew that there was basically a character that I knew nothing about, to the point of I actually thought it was a fire character. It's confusing with the epic from Demon Spawn. But if you look, this is the guy I know nothing about that I wanted to ask you about, is Golem Sky High, because you also get him from the Doom Tower. 50% chance of placing a leech. Has a chance of, I mean, he's kind of trash, right? Has a chance of stealing 2 random debuffs. Also has a chance of decreasing target's turn meter by 50%. Steals 50% of target's turn meter instead if this champion is full HP. Okay, and then the third move, attacks all enemies. Okay, wait, he's not trash at all, is he? Attacks all enemies each hit. Okay, never mind. It's not even remotely trash. Second hit, because I was like, the second move's good, but then I thought his third move was useless. And then the passive, whenever 4 more buffs are placed on the enemy team, place it. Okay, that seems like kind of whatever. Maybe Scarab. What do you think about this guy?
Well, it's passive shield, which is kind of cool. And then he's got 104 base speed, pretty good base stats, over 1,000 base defense, 20k HP. But yeah, I mean, I think he's all right. I don't think he's going to be god tier or anything, but yeah, he's all right.
And nothing jumps out at me as being like incredible, but I think he's solid.
is he not the type of character that makes you think, I can't wait to do Doom Tower?
I would say he is not.
I do like the art, though. Look at the skulls.
Atheia is supposed to get better like with time, because Theia's not really used anywhere right now. But I guess there's supposed to be people that come out that synergize with her or something. But
well, let me say Atheia is a classic that everyone can appreciate. Attacks, let's see, removes all hex debuffs from all enemies after attacking. Wait. Oh, no wonder. Wait, attacks by all enemies for each hex debuff. Oh, there's not really a lot of hex debuffs right now, is there?
Well, yeah, and I think she places them, but
right. That would make sense then. So Atheia will get better, but she, you know, am I mistaken in saying the Doom Tower legendaries are kind of trash? Is that what we're seeing here? Oh,
yeah, Uros is pretty solid, I think, but I don't think we have the fragments yet to get him.
He gives you a shield buff on the champions. Oh, he does seem kind of good, huh? Poisons. And terminate. Dude, anytime some poison decrease. Solid. Oh, you get strengthened on all allies too, and protect. Oh my lord, dude, you're not kidding. Holy moly, what is this? Look at this guy's kit, dude. You need a PhD to read this stuff for this day and age. Kire, who's the person you're most excited by out of all these characters?
Out of all, like, the Doom Tower characters?
Yeah, the ones we've looked at so far.
I'd probably say him. The other ones don't really jump out on the page, but, you know, this one actually has a lot of good stats, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm really excited about any of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
If I had to say, just, I mean, like, yeah. I look at them and it's like, I could say most excited, but most excited for someone I'm really not that excited about. I would say the things I'm most excited for are like new content that's going to be significantly harder, and then are these characters going to fit that harder content? Yeah, you know, like that's the thing I'm excited about.
Well, the epics were good from the Doom Tower, like Archmage helmet.
There's also supposed to be, from what I understand anyway, there's supposed to be stage 25 coming to the dungeons. Am I not mistaken?
So, yeah, that's what I was trying to reference there. Like those 25 dungeons would be dope. I just want to see how hard they are, and then
but it depends what the loot is, like what the drop rate of the loot is. Like there's because they're not adding like 7-star artifacts, so
it's got to go to 6-star only, right?
Significantly. I just want the challenge of something hard to do, like trying to, can I beat this, and then what it's going to take to beat it, and then after we get it kind of unlock, then we can go over like drop rates and if it's worth to actually farm it, or if it's going to be like something like Nightmare where, you know, it's questionable, not just a guaranteed, oh, it's the higher difficulty, so it's worth farming.
Yep. They should have unveiled like mythical artifacts, like something above legendary or something. I don't know, but
there's something that improved. Like they don't.
Wasn't that on the roadmap? Wasn't like mythical artifacts on the roadmap?
Which roadmap are we talking about?
You remember that
roadmap? Original one?
Well, the back of the day, I don't believe anything on the OG roadmap.
Let me pull this up.
Yeah, the OG roadmap is like.
Yeah.
I've got the OG roadmap. I thought it said artifacts on it, but I think I'm crazy. I don't think it says that.
Yeah, I just believe it's all lies. Like that whole damn thing. You know.
Holy moly!
It says new artifacts, and then new faction. Dwarfs, desktop version, which was Plarian and Play, Faction Wars, Glyphs, Platinum Arena, Battle Pass, and it says Void Dungeon, which ended up changing to Doom Tower, Tag Team Arena, another faction, which is Shadowkin. Then it says, Divine Artifacts. So we'll probably get more of those sets.
You're reading that off.
They could have done. They could have had level 25 dungeons drop like divine defense and drop the divine sets.
They could have reworked, that's true, but they could also rework the meaning of that to be the new art. I mean, there is new artifacts that came out and more that are coming out.
It also says new clan boss, which we haven't
the Hydra, right, was supposed to be done already, but
that was the thing I was most excited about, and then of course that's the thing that is still not there. Yeah. But you reading that old roadmap off, I didn't realize how much of it actually came true. It just took way longer than they actually.
Well, the problem was They said I think originally they said by the end of 2019, and they released it. They released it in like August of 2019. So we were like, oh my gosh, we're getting all of this in like 4 months. And it ended up being like 2 years or a year and 4 months or whatever, you know, but
oops. Our bad. Yeah.
Okay, you have to pick one thing that you can bring to raid. What is it?
Dupe system.
Okay, Brad.
A book dungeon similar to the Minotaur, where you can grind pages that turn into books.
Could you imagine just having those two things? Like both of those things added to the game just the next day, how many people would be coming back to the game?
It would help people at least like build towards maxing a roster instead of feeling like they have to buy books, but or at least see a light at the end of the tunnel. Like the whales are going to be the whales. The whales are going to have 200 books and they're going to have 25 legendaries fully maxed out, but it would at least give some of the more casual players at least a light at the end of the tunnel in like, okay, I've got these 10 good champions and I wish I could like at least work towards getting this stuff.
Completely agree. It'd make it, because right now with both of those issues, pulling a legendary is one of the most exciting things, but also a really big feels bad even if you do pull the character that you want, because you only got half the character and there's really no true ways of being able to get legendary books in a reasonable time. All stuff beaten to death, but still, it's just those two things are going to make it to where when you pull legendary, regardless of what it is, it would actually be exciting and wouldn't take the thing that's actually one of the best parts of the game when it comes to the gacha perspective, and it completely dumpsters it. Because like after I pull a bad legendary, I don't even want to play for like 2 days. I'm just over it.
That's kind of true.
Yeah, especially the void legendaries. There needs to not be any void legendaries that make you like flip your desk, because getting
I got
them
Belinar.
is devastating.
No, I was over it. No.
What'd you say? I missed.
I got Belinar, like the dude. You know, I already have Venus, so I mean I can't complain too much because I got Venus, but I ended up getting that Belinar dude, and I'm like, all right, dope.
Or even this guy.
Belinar can be pretty good for unkillable comps.
Yeah, he's okay. I was speaking of him. I was actually thinking about putting him in my unkillable comp because he's void, and oh god. Also, he's the wrong. He's by far the most accessible. He's a high elf, so he doesn't even fit into my faction wars team. It's like, oh yeah, faction wars. It's like, already got that well done way before. It's all good. But I don't know. Everyone has their own way of complaining about either bad luck or whatever. So it's just like no one wants to hear it.
It's Raid's version of a bad beat. I got flush at the end. I got my dupe.
Yeah.
Got rivered.
Yeah. It's those people talking about bad beats in poker, and I'm like, okay, we get it. Everyone has them. It's the same thing in Raid. So.
Yeah, like no one likes hearing about other people's fantasy football teams and how they got screwed over or their bad beat on the river in poker.
Yeah, no one wants to hear it. So it's funny.
Check out my look at this guy's team. He's got Nekrit the Great, but you can't beat the net throws.
I was down in bronze 1.
Yep, bronze 1, man. This is where it's at. I tell you,
imagine
better to be here.
One of your first voids is pulling him, and then you just have this unrealistic expectation of what to pull for the rest.
Everyone's so tanky on my team.
I don't know why people complain about legendaries too much. They're really not that bad to pull.
This is gonna be one of those posts on Reddit where someone is like, "Look at this team in bronze 1 with 4 net throws that attacked me. How could I ever compete?"
Yeah. Well, so I did the same thing. Yeah. Like, dude, those posts are everywhere on there. But this is ridiculous in the whole arena system. But if you just refresh, a lot of times the next page is so you'll get one page that's ridiculous. But then if you just refresh, the next page is totally fine. And sometimes there's these weird bugs where you get these monster like stacks of teams and you're just screwed. But then
waves, like you'll get a super difficult refresh and then you'll get a super cheese refresh.
Yeah, and so it's just they take a breath. It's like the second they get this monster,
half and half. It's like a super easy page or a super hard page.
Yeah, completely agree. And so instead of just immediately posting to Reddit, if they just take a breath and then wait for the refresh, then they would be fine.
Don't you know how society works now? You have to rage immediately.
Yeah, we live in a society. So,
we live in this society. Dude, I'm surprised this team's not, doing as good as I was hoping. Though, hopefully they'll break a mill though. We'll see. We might get there. Are we gonna make 250k? Oh, we got the counter attack. Some high tier content.
So
right
there's
here.
one time on stream, I just want to say that on his free to play, he had a 25 minute ice golem match.
Oh yeah.
Just for it to die. I thought that was a pretty incredible. Like, it was me, Jake Giggs, and DM, and I'm like, wait, what am I watching here? It was like literally long. 25 minutes of ice golem.
And then if you're going that long, you think you would be a lockout or eventual win, but it just eventually lost. Mm-hmm. It's like how you lose after 25 minutes.
The slowest roll. Yeah.
Well, 163,000 damage done. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a world record clan boss team for Triple Macab Double Foley. Is there any words that I can get for this world record from chofly Elite first, and then I'm going to go to Kire Mobile second? Go ahead. Shout out to God or anything you need to do.
I mean, given Raid's tweet history on Clan Boss World Records, if you send it to them, they might tweet it out. So
technically,
you never know.
World record.
But yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for inviting me to this revolutionary video that we've recorded today.
No problem. You're welcome. And Kire Mobile, any last words?
I was just honored to be a part of history, part of Raid history here. We just saw another world record according to the Twitter. And that's about it.
Nice.
This has been real. I'm really glad to get invited to this. So, hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day.
No problem. We're going to hit replay on that. And we'll see you guys next time.